Hello, everybody. Welcome to another class. Let me test if the sound is working fine. Give me a second. Hello, testing. Welcome to another class. Okay, the sound looks good. In the today class, we'll do something very important. That is to do kind of code review, because it's very common to have, like, for example, issues like this. We have the URL hard coded. So what happened when we deploy this application to a different server, to a different environment? Because our application now is just running locally. But later on, someone want to use it, want to deploy to their own environment. So we should have a way to easily change those URL. I'm talking about from HTTP, because probably HTTPS, the server name or IP, probably the name, and the port, because depending of the configuration, we will run those applications in different server, different box. And one of the requirements, if you remember, is that this application has to be easily deployed to any cloud or on-premise like solution or option. So I will have some conversation with the AI now to find some issues that I see here. Probably if you are new to a company, your technical lead or whoever is going to review your PR should find those things, because it's very common for us while we are testing, we hard code those. Most of the time, the company already have a way to deal with it. There is a place, sometimes go to a configuration file, go to a settings in a database or a service that your application run in the cloud, and you read this information from a service. There is many different ways to do it. Let's have a conversation with AI here and see how can we improve the code and see if we get happy with that. So first thing I will say is that I need to improve the quality of the code. And one thing I notice is that we do have the full URL code. I think that is not a good practice, and would be better to have a service component as well. I'll start. That's I'm going crazy. Let's see. So let's see how it goes. What compile you find and what solution is going to be proposed. Most of the time, if you're working a company, you are joining a company, this is a solved problem. They already have how to do this, and probably on your onboarding, they're going to explain you, or you have access to code that already have those things. So never rush in your first PR or any work to say, oh, look how fast I am. Make sure that you are doing it right. Software engineer is never like a sprint, it's always like a marathon. Every time I did most mistake in my life is when I was trying to be just fast, focus on deliver and not in quality. And today there is a push. Everyone wants to move fast as possible, but if you move fast as possible in the wrong direction, it's even worse than not move at all. Okay, let's see the changes here. So now remember that we have the authorization service. And then I don't like the idea to put in the authorization service. So let's see what else was changed there. I'll keep the change and then I review. Because I think he saw there is a service there. Let me put everything in there. Okay. And then let's read what was done. So create a config file for the API base URL. So there is a env environment, like is an example. Then the register was changed, and then the API, a new config file was created, and then this guy as well. This is the alt service. So I didn't like what I saw, but let's see. Excellent. Oh, sometime even when he finish, he gonna find, oh, let me change by read updated file. Let's now try. I see there is duplicate import. Let me fix that. So got some change, and then so there is a lot of things that it's nice to take a look to understand what is going on. So you have to be patient, and this is how we're gonna take advantage of AI and learn with it. If you are just blindly accepting, you are not growing, you are not learning. You may have a solution that will work somehow, but if something happen, you'll not be qualified to fix it. You're gonna need to rely on the AI always to find a solution. So create a centralized API configuration, a simple source of truth for all API entry points. So this is the file API TS. So look here, there is the base API that is coming from this. So that means for every different environment, we'll have a file like this that we can just change, or we can just have the same file, and part of our deployment process will be to fix those URL. If it's HTTPS, we put HTTPS, whatever is the server. And then down here, there is the, that is the base URL. And then there's the URL for each one of the entry points that we do have. So it will be like this plus API use, API login. It's very common for, we start small like this, or we have the user. So APIs for user, later on we have product, or we could put just everything in just one place. But it's nice to have this thing here. And then there is a comment here, or add more endpoint as needed. So when you go to product, we're gonna put the API for product, get product details. So we're gonna grow this. And then enhance auth service. So I don't like that he reused the same name, because this is not more like auth service anymore. So look, we have the authorization code here plus the user. And if we grow, more code will come here. So I say you and the new entry points to the auth service. That one was specific for authorization. What about we add one service per domain? User, product. This is a better design. We could rename this to just be like base service, but it's not a good idea, because as our application is going to grow, we need to support. On the other hand, it's very common to, we don't need to be perfect right now. We always going to do some refactoring improvement, because right now we have only 2 or 3 APIs. Down the road, we're going to be like easily hundreds of them. So then we have a better idea how to organize. Don't stress yourself too much in organization, because if you're in a company, there is already a way to do it. Follow the guidelines there. If not, refactor is something that you should embrace. We should not be blocked, try to be perfect, but as long as on the go, we're going to be improve it. So that is where AI helps a lot, because there is already like tedious work to be moving things around, checking, and then AI can help a lot. However, give some trouble as well. See, now we have a product server, we have user service, and we have probably the original alt service that shouldn't, it's changed because it's getting the new APIs from there. The URLs. So what we did here is what we call refactoring. The term is used a lot with different purposes, but ideally is we are not changing any functionality in the sense that we're not adding something new. We are not changing behavior. We are only changing how our code is organized. So ideally, every time you use the refactor term would be like this, but sometimes we change a little bit. So refactor just means, oh, I'm doing maintenance, I'm changing it. But if we follow the definition, refactor is, I'm not adding any value to the product about functionality. The value we are adding is more organization, easy to maintain. The refactor is not going to make our code faster. If it's improved performance, it's not refactor, it's really change. So it's just more like organization, okay? But I use, and a lot of people use refactor with other contexts as well. So now one thing that we are missing here and we have to improve is how we test our application. We will have class later on just to see, because now I don't want to stress you all. I want to show how things work, and then we have to make sure later on that those things is going to work after we change. Because right now, what we did is called like a scene in modern software engineer. We change code and we have no idea if that change is going to break anything. We don't have a way to press a button and see like red or green light, green message, say, oh, everything is good. And this for applications small like this, and even back in the days, we didn't have all this testing tooling. What we need to do, we have to go to our solution. Let me save this here. Go to our solution, run it. So let's see if I remember. Oh, I have all the commands here, so probably I can do this. Go to AppVira, then go to backend, .NET run. I open a new tab. I go up one folder to the front, and then I run the npm run dev. I guess I mistyped it. Now it's good. Okay, and imagine that our application now, and let me move this guy to the side, has, oops, come on, I'm not. Uh-oh, did I close the wrong page? Oh, I closed the stream. Did I do that? I closed that browser window, so I'm not sure if the stream is done. Let's see. Oh, I closed the stream. Did I do that? Hello, testing. I'm still live. I closed that browser window, so I'm not sure if the stream is done. Let's see. Oh, I closed the stream. Did I do that? Hello, testing. I'm still live. Okay, looks like I'm still alive. So let's go there. Sorry for that. So let me do this now. Oh, we're gonna run our application and open it. Okay, looks like I'm still alive. So let's go there. Sorry for that. Come on again. So let me do this now. Oh, we're gonna run our application. Now I have to test all again manually. I have to go to the login, find that login that I don't. Oh, and I forgot one important thing here. That was to run. Let me go one full app and run the database Docker component. Docker container. So now it's up. I will connect my database to get one of the existing password. This is something that when you are working with a product, you're gonna be like all over the place doing it because you're gonna do over and over again. So new query, select, start from user, or like me, you're gonna have like a document that you keep. I have a bad memory, so I take note of everything. So this password probably gonna be used like the user and password are having a note so I can easily test it. So now let's go to our application. And it's nice for you and for us to see the pain to manually doing all this testing again when we do refactoring. That is the big reason that testing, automated tests, unit tests, integration tests, acceptance testing is a big thing nowadays, because as better you are in testing, faster you'll be changing your product. So now let's go. We know that this is working. Give me a second. Oi, moleque. Tô dando aula, filhinha. Beijo, te amo. Tchau. So, as our application has nothing, we cannot test a lot. But imagine that you have like multiple screens here. We'll have to go through all those things. Back in the days, we have an entire team doing QA. So when you have a new release, we have a big maintenance. So if a small chain like this, give it to a QA team to test, so they can try to figure out something right. So happen. So they would like go to the entire application. They already have like documents to follow, and that's it. So going back here, it's important that we understand what was made. So we move this guy instead of multiple places in our saves. We move to just one place. Later on, this can be improved, but at least now we have just one place. All the other saves will get the base URL from this, and then we could have like, for example, this. Oh, if I want to go to production, I use this. If I want to go to stage, I use this. And maybe you could even have like all three with different name: dev, API URL, product, API URL, and then staging, API URL. In our code, we read another entry, say which environment we are, and then we can get that. So we may go to that one later on, but for now, this is good. So the login, we had to change it. Let's see what change the login here. Oh, I guess because this guy was moved to another place, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if was added new. Or maybe this was not being used. I don't know. We may check. So do you see now there is user saves? And user saves is the, oh yeah, that was moved for the user saves was moved in a way that now we, instead of have all the logic here, we just make the register from the saves. And look how cleaner this method is, and now it's easier to test. If we go to this implementation, go to that was moved implementation. So that logic is here now. So every call to the backend is in a saves file. I guess there is some improvement here as well in the README MD. Let's see. What was the change here? There's no change. So that logic is here now. So every, well, this was supposed to show the change. I guess there is some improvement here. Why is not showing the change? Let me close those guys. I'm doing something wrong. Save. Oh no, cancel. This one I don't want to close. I close this one. Well, close all the other, but not close others. Yeah, this is the change. This is the change. Oh, actually, I'm done. This is a new README file that was created inside front source config. So this is nice. I didn't ask for it, but it's nice because it's a little documentation explain how this configuration goes. So there is another one here, and I say add a reference to the new mark down files to the main readme.md file. There is another one here. Add a new section. Add a reference explaining about the configuration to the main readme .md file. There is another one here. Add a new section. And then I hope everything is still working fine. Okay, explaining about configuration. Okay, it's still. I'm concerned because I closed the browser window with the YouTube page where I start the streaming. So, but my streaming software is running here. I use this guy, OBS Studio. So I'll keep, as long as I don't close this one, I guess it's work. So let's go here and see which change we have from this guy. Let's go up and then do a preview here. And so this is the section that we're going to review later on. There is requirements and then enjoy, project structure and configuration. So front end, configuration, service layer. There is some, I don't like how, we can easily see that something was generated by AI when you see all those emoji thing there, or like extra. So yes, so that was the goal for today. It was a short class, but just to give an idea that most of the time, what AI suggests us is a common solution that was found out there, but it's far from a good one. It's a one that is going to work, and if you're going to AI to always do everything, it's not a big deal because when you change the URL, AI will change for you everywhere, but it's not a good practice. So, and we use this opportunity to learn. So that I guess was a good example. So I hope you enjoyed the class. See you next time. Bye. AI change for you everywhere, but it's not a good practice. So, and we use this opportunity to learn. So that I guess was a good example. So I hope you enjoyed the class. See you next time. Bye.